Hello, Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to Dallas Cowboys News, your ultimate source for everything related to America's team. I'm your host, bringing you the latest updates and insights, and today, we're diving deep into a name that's very familiar to many of you, Dalton Schultz. For those who follow our portal Dallas Cowboys News fan, you know we're always on the lookout for potential reinforcements, and Schultz is a player whose history with the Cowboys makes him a fascinating topic of discussion. Could a reunion be on the cards, or is he truly a Houston Texan for the foreseeable future? Let's break it down! Dalton Schultz was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the 4th round of the 2018 NFL Draft, and he quickly became a reliable target for quarterback Dak Prescott. During his tenure in Dallas, especially after the retirement of Jason Witten, Schultz stepped up significantly. He became that consistent, chain-moving tight end that every offense needs. We saw him develop into a player capable of making crucial catches over the middle, contributing in the red zone, and even improving his blocking. His best season with the Cowboys came in 2021, when he recorded 78 receptions for 808 yards and 8 touchdowns, showcasing his potential as a top-tier tight end in the league. That production made him a key component of the Cowboys' passing game, and his chemistry with Prescott was undeniable. They had a rhythm, a trust that you don't often see between a quarterback and tight end. He was a security blanket, a consistent outlet, and a legitimate threat. However, after being franchise tagged by the Cowboys in 2022, a long-term deal couldn't be reached. This led to him signing with the Houston Texans as a free agent in March 2023. In Houston, Schultz continued to be a productive player, particularly in the Texans' resurgence with rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. He recorded 59 receptions for 635 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023, proving his value as a solid starting tight end in the NFL. Just recently, in March 2024, the Texans re-signed him to a 3-year, $36 million contract, locking him up through the 2026 season. This new contract, with significant guaranteed money, shows how much the Texans value his presence in their offense. He's clearly a big part of their future plans. So, what does this mean for a potential return to Dallas? Given his current contract with the Texans, a reunion with the Cowboys in the immediate future seems highly unlikely, if not impossible. The financial commitment the Texans have made to him, coupled with the Cowboys' own salary cap considerations and the emergence of Jake Ferguson at the tight end position, makes any immediate move a long shot. Ferguson has stepped into Schultz's shoes remarkably well, establishing himself as a key target for Prescott and a developing talent at the position. While it's always fun to imagine bringing back a beloved player, the NFL is a business, and contracts dictate a lot of these possibilities. It's not just about wanting a player back, it's about fitting him into the financial puzzle and evaluating the current roster. That said, it's always interesting to look at what-if scenarios. If, for some reason, Schultz were to become available in the distant future, perhaps after his current contract runs its course, then a discussion could potentially be revisited. But for now, Dallas has Jake Ferguson, who is thriving, and Dalton Schultz is firmly entrenched as a Houston Texan. His comments after leaving Dallas, where he reportedly compared the Cowboys' environment to a zoo and praised the Texans' football-first culture, also suggest he's happy where he is. These types of comments, whether entirely fair or not, certainly add another layer to the narrative and highlight a potential preference for his current situation. It paints a picture of a player who found a different kind of fit and comfort in Houston. That's all, Cowboys Nation! It's crazy to think about Dalton Schultz, right? I know a lot of people missed him when he left the Cowboys. He was the guy Dak trusted with his eyes closed in the middle of the field, our security blanket, you know? I remember so many games where we needed a 3rd down and long, and there Schultz would go making that crucial catch. He wasn't the most athletic tight end in the world, but his intelligence in finding the openings and the reliability of his hands were on another level. It was like having an extra arm for Dak. But, look, that's just how football is. It's a business. We wanted him to stay. He wanted a big contract, and in the end, the paths diverged. And what happened? Jake Ferguson stepped up, right? The kid has shown that he has plenty of potential, and honestly, he has filled the gap very well. Of course, it's different, but Ferguson has his own style, his own way of being an effective tight end in our offense. He's a monster in the red zone, and his energy on the field is contagious. It's a classic example of how a team needs to adapt and find new talent when the door closes for a player. Ultimately, while Dalton Schultz was a valuable player for the Dallas Cowboys and provided many memorable moments, his chapter with the team appears to be closed for the foreseeable future. The focus for the Cowboys now is on developing their current roster and finding success with the players they have. But it's always good to remember the contributions of players like Dalton Schultz, who left their mark on the franchise. We wish him well in Houston, and we'll keep an eye on his career as it progresses. Thank you for tuning into Dallas Cowboys News. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and visit the portal Dallas Cowboys News Fan for more in-depth analysis, breaking news, and everything you need to stay informed about your favorite team. Don't miss out on our next episode as we continue to bring you the freshest news and rumors from around the league.